Alright, so this is going to be part 2 of my Immortal rankings. So if you guys didn't see the video that I did earlier this year, I think I posted it near the end of June. I did a video ranking every single Immortal in MLB The Show 18, and now there's like at least 8 more Immortals since that ranking video came out. So there's a lot of different cards that have come into the game and might be better than any of the other cards. So basically, I'm going to do a revised Immortal ranking because I would be surprised if we see any more Immortals come out in MLB The Show 18. I think what we got is probably where we'll finish by the end of the year. So these rankings are going to be my own personal rankings. I'm going to go through every single one and try and give you guys my reasoning as to why I have them listed where they are. There are a lot of Immortals now, so this video might be a little bit longer. I'll try to keep my points pretty concise and pretty brief, but I still want to give you guys a description of why I think one guy might be better than the other. And also, this list is just my opinion. If you like one Immortal more than I like an Immortal, like that's totally fine. Leave it in the comments. Totally open to hearing what you guys have to say. This is just the opinion that I have. I've played with pretty much all of the cards, and I'm just saying who I like more than other guys. So let's get into it. Immortal rankings part 2. So coming in last place still for me, guys, I do still think Jackie Robinson is the weakest Immortal in this game. Now, this doesn't mean he's bad. He's better than most second basemen in MLB The Show, but just compared to the other Immortals, he just doesn't have the type of card that I really like. The power is not there, 62-71. He might be able to get a hold of one every now and then, of course, but at the end of the day, power is really, really important in MLB The Show. He's got everything else. He's got the contact, he's got the vision, he's got the bunting if you need it, he's got the fielding, and he's got great speed. Overall, Jackie is not a bad card, but compared to the other Immortals, it just kind of feels to me like he's a little bit outclassed. And I have Jackie, I've used him, just not a huge fan of his card this year. Next up, we're talking about George Brett. I do think George Brett is the second weakest Immortal in this game. He is probably the most attainable Immortal, though, maybe next to Yogi if you want to spend tickets. But George Brett, all you have to do is complete the 6 Future Stars programs that were added into the game a little bit later on in the season. You get 40% in that Immortal program, and you unlock George Brett. This is an Immortal that pretty much mostly everybody has, and if you don't have him, he's very easy to get. So you see a lot of this guy in the game. The power's okay, 80-77, okay for an Immortal, not great. The contact's good, the vision's good, the fielding's pretty good, the speed's pretty good. Overall, this guy has a lot of tools. I just personally haven't really found a lot of success with this card. I do think he has some value, especially with the secondary positions. He's just not one of my favorites. Next up, we're going to a catcher. For me, Yogi Berra, this Immortal was pretty disappointing for me. I really would have liked to have seen a Reggie Jackson Immortal over Yogi in the ticket counter, but either way, Yogi Berra is the second catcher Immortal in the game. He's got good contact, he's got decent power, it's better than George Brett, 86 and 79. The fielding is really good, 86 fielding, 90 arm strength with 75 reaction and 90 blocking. I just don't really feel like blocking is that crazy this year. I don't know. 43 speed. Overall, Yogi, he looks like a pretty solid card. I just haven't had any success with him at all. I just don't feel like his swing is very good. I've got 0.83 average in 13 plate appearances and 12 at-bats. I just can't really hit with this card. I don't like the way his stance is so short and kind of compact. I'm just not a fan of the Yogi card. A lot of people have liked him, but for me, he's not a top tier Immortal. Moving on to the next guy, we've got Immortal Cal Ripken Jr., the shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles. He can also play third base if you need him to. Cal has amazing defense, man. 90 fielding with 96 arm strength and 90 arm accuracy with 62 speed. He's going to be really, really good defensively. The hitting's not bad, 105, 114 contact, 79, 90 power with 114 vision. I honestly was able to hit with this card a lot better than I was anticipating. I didn't really feel like I was going to do that well with Cal Ripken Jr., but once I used him, I was actually able to hit balls pretty good. I was able to square up a lot of pitches. So, Cal surprised me a little bit, but compared to a lot of the other Immortals, he's still not in that upper echelon for me. All right, moving on to the first pitcher. This might surprise some people because I did have him ranked a little bit higher early on. I honestly think Nolan Ryan is the weakest starting pitcher Immortal. He's got 118 stamina, 115 hits per nine with 125 Ks per nine. That is unreal stats. but the problem is that 55 walks per nine with the 73 control, he's very, very tough to locate with. If you're very good at pitching in this game and you're very good at hitting your spots, Nolan Ryan's gonna be really good for you, but for a lot of us, like the control and the walks per nine are really not gonna be that good with this Nolan Ryan card. The velo and the break is there, the pitches are great, that circle change at 78 with the fastball going up to 100. You're gonna be able to mix speeds, but locating is gonna be very important, and with the tough attributes going into the location, it's going to be hard to find a lot of success for me with Nolan Ryan, so I have him as the weakest starting pitcher immortal. Moving on to the next guy, Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver is an interesting one. I originally had him as one of the weaker starting pitcher immortals, but he's definitely grown on me over time. 116 stamina, 99, 104 hits and Ks per nine, 95 walks per nine, 93 control, 86 velo, 94 break. I think Tom Seaver's card fits the MLB The Show 18 style of gameplay really well. The high speeds on the fastball and the sinker, and then the really low speeds on the 12-6 and the changeup. Tom Seaver is actually really good in this game, so I like him a lot compared to somebody like Nolan Ryan. Moving on to the next starting pitcher, Bob Gibson. I have all three of the starting pitchers in a row in this list. Bob Gibson, for me, is one of my more liked starting pitcher immortals. 125 stamina. Stamina is actually really important. 109, 99 hits and Ks per nine, 89 walks per nine, 89 control, 96 velo with 99 break. The pitches are very nice. The curveball gets in there at 80. That's pretty crazy. 86 on the change, 95 on the sinker. Bob Gibson has a lot of different tools, and he's got an interesting windup that might actually fool some people. They might have trouble, you know, picking up the arm slot or whatever. So I like Bob Gibson a lot. Very good flamethrower, right-handed pitcher. He's going to be able to overpower a lot of players. I like Bob Gibson. He is one of my favorite starting pitcher immortals in the game. Moving on to the next guy, we're staying on the mound, and we're going to the first reliever of the bunch, Rich Gossage. Gossage is an interesting guy. You know, he's got amazing hits and Ks per nine, 121, 125 hits and Ks per nine, 79 walks per nine, 82 control, 99 on both the velo and the break, four-seam slurve, sinker, changeup, good pitches to choose from. Overall, Rich Gossage looks really good on this game, but I feel like there's something about his card. Like, I've faced him numerous times. He's hittable. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the pitches. You got to mix them up appropriately, but I've had a lot of success hitting against Rich Gossage, so I don't know. I haven't used him that much. I used him in BR once or twice. And you know, he's okay, but I definitely think some of the other immortal relievers are a little bit better. Speaking of which, Dennis Eckersley. I really like the Dennis Eckersley immortal closing pitcher, guys. I think he is very good. 111, 118 hits and Ks per nine, 108 walks per nine. Having those three stats right there, the hits, Ks, and walks per nine, all over 100, that is crazy good. 96 control, 76 velo with 93 break. The slider, sinker, four-seam curveball. I wish he had a changeup. That's the only thing that won't make me put him higher on my list. But if you're able to mix in that slider and sinker, if you're able to locate those two pitches, he's got good control and good walks per nine. He is going to be a very effective card. I really like Dennis Eckersley in this game. All right, we're finally getting back into the position players, and we're going to talk about Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza is an interesting card. If you have him against a lefty, he's going to do some friggin' damage, bro. 125 against lefties on both parts. 114.93 against righties isn't something too bad either. 88 vision. The fielding's a little bit low at 76 with 75 arm strength. He's not going to be the best defensive catcher in the game. I mean, he's only a silver. And he's got 45 speed. Overall, I think I perform a little bit better with Mike Piazza than a lot of other people do. So I do like Piazza in this game. He is my starting catcher. So, you know, I like him. I rank him kind of like a mid-tier immortal. Next up, we've got the November ranked season reward guys, Clayton Kershaw. This card actually hasn't even like technically come out yet, so it's kind of hard for me to find a true ranking for him. But if he were to play to his card's looks, if he were to play to the attributes, I would have him listed about right here. 103 stamina, 107 hits per nine, 101 Ks per nine, 102 walks per nine, similar to Eckersley. Having those three stats up above 100 is crazy. 80 or 91 control with 90 velo, 99 break. He's got 5 pitches to choose from. The pitch speed differential is so good. The only thing that kind of sets him back from being higher ranked on my list is the fact that he is a lefty, and a lot of the immortal cards in this game do do hit lefties better than righties. So that's the only thing that kind of holds him back. I do have one more Immortal starting pitcher that I do like better than Kershaw just because of the stats and the righty-lefty thing, but Kershaw looks really good. If Kershaw was a righty, he might be a top 5 Immortal for me, honestly. He's really good. And the other guy that I'm talking about is Bob Feller. I think Bob Feller for me is my favorite starting pitcher Immortal in this game. I've used him a lot and he plays super well. 120 stamina, 92 hits per 9, 125 Ks per 9. The walks per 9 is a little bit low, so it gets a little testy sometimes if you're not able to locate, but if you can locate, he can be really good. 86 control, 98 velo, 99 break. He's got 5 really good pitches to choose from. That changeup is super good. If you can put the sinker on the outer parts of the plate, or the outer or the inside part of the plate, he's gonna have a lot of success against each side of the plate. So I really like Bob Feller. He's got an interesting windup as well. You're gonna see a lot of Bob Feller because he's pretty attainable. I think he is the best starting pitcher as far as the Immortals though. And the final pitcher we're gonna talk about, I have them all the pitchers like kind of bunched together almost, but Billy Wagner. I think Billy Wagner is the best Immortal pitcher that you can get in this game. I really do. He's a lefty. He's really tough to hit. Like, he gets really testy. It's just, he's kind of hard to pick up. He's got amazing hits and Ks per 9, 122, 125, 94 walks per 9, 85 control, 99 velo with 99 break. 4 pitches, nothing crazy on the pitches. They're all pretty basic, but you get that 4-seam all the way up to 99, 100, and you mix that changeup in at like 83. Billy Wagner is really good. He's my favorite Immortal reliever in this game, and I would love to have him on my squad. I still haven't unlocked him yet, but BR, he is a beast. So now that means the rest of the guys on this list are all going to be position players. Let's start it off with Stan the Man Musial. This card is good. 125 contact against both sides is really good. 90, 106 power with 125 vision. Defense is middle of the road. Speed is a little bit low. If he's a right fielder, you know, I would play this guy more in left because he's only got 74 arm strength as a right fielder. Overall, this guy's good, but there's a couple other outfielders that are a lot better than him. So Stan the Man's not bad, but he definitely does have a nice bat. Now let's take a look at last season's ranked season reward for October, Ryne Sandberg. Ryne Sandberg is really good. I really wish I could have got to World Series to get this guy in my inventory, but I waited a little bit too long and wasn't able to get the job done. I should have, kind of prepared a little bit better. So Ryne Sandberg is a very, very good Immortal, guys. Look at his numbers. 101, 125 contact, 92, 117 power with 92 vision, 91 fielding, 77 arm strength, 80 speed, 96 stealing. He is all over the place good. Like, he's a 5-tool guy easily, and this is why I put Jackie so low, is because you can use Ryne Sandberg or your creative player and you're gonna have a way better amount of success with both of those cards than Jackie because the power is so low. So this Ryne Sandberg card, super good, right-handed hitter, just gonna destroy lefties. He's gonna be good against righties, he's got good vision. Like, everything on this card is good. I love the Ryne Sandberg card. I wish I could have got him. Next up, we got a corner infield guy, Chipper Jones, switch hitter. I wasn't actually really big on Chipper like in the early part of the game, but as I've used him, he just continues to be better for me. I love Chipper Jones this year, guys. He is a, third baseman. He's a switch hitter, which is huge. The fact that he can hit from both sides of the plate really, really helps the balance of the lineup. He can also play short if you need him to, which is where I'm actually putting him for right now, and he can play corner outfield spots as well. He's got great contact, good power, especially against lefties, good vision. The fielding's okay. He's going to get the job done, but he's not going to be anything spectacular, and the speed's not bad either. 68 speed with 75 stealing, that goes overlooked. Chipper Jones is a really good card in almost every aspect. I love Chipper this year. Next up, we've got Teddy Ballgame. Ted Williams is the guy you get from getting, like 70 event wins, 80 event wins, something like that. He's in the same program as Bob Feller. Ted Williams, we've seen him for the past few years in MLB The Show. We know how good he is, man. He's going to be one of the best hitters in the game. 125 contact against both sides, 125 power versus righties, 101 against lefties, 117 vision. The discipline is there. The fielding is a little bit 70 fielding, 69 arm strength. You're going to want to put him in left field if you can. One thing to note, he cannot play first base as a secondary position, so he's going to struggle over there if you put him there, which is kind of why he takes a little bit more of a hit on my list. 56 speed. Ted Williams is so freaking good in this game at the plate, but he's going to be a little bit of a liability defensively. You know what you're going to get with Teddy Ballgame. That's it. And now we're moving into my top 5 guys. Coming in at number 5, we have Immortal Mike Trout. And Mike Trout is so good. Similar to Ryne Sandberg, just a 5-tool guy. Everything is good on this guy. The contact's good. The power is good. The fielding is good. The arm strength is probably his weakest link, but 75, that's better than Ted Williams and Stan Musial and a lot of the other outfielders. And he's got amazing speed, man. 94 speed with 97 stealing. Mike Trout looks so freaking good. I've used him, and he's been electric for me at the plate. He's my leadoff hitter at this point. Mike Trout, so good, and he's got the reverse splits to hit righties better than lefties, which is kind of weird because most of the Immortals hit lefties better than righties. I love Mike Trout. He comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, I've got Vladimir Guerrero. Vlad's really good in this game, guys. Unfortunately, Vlad has kind of gone to the bench for me, which is a little bit weird. I'm still figuring out my lineup. This new Harper that came out is kind of throwing a wrench in there because that Harper is really good. But either way, Vlad is a beast, man. 107, 125 contact, 90, 121 power with 101 vision, 99 arm strength, one of the best arms you could possibly put in right field, 81 speed with 75 stealing, 91 base running aggressiveness. Not like that stat matters. Vlad is really good. I actually had Vlad ranked 3rd the last time, but playing with this next guy really has changed my view on him a little bit. And I'm talking about Babe Ruth. Now, the thing about Babe Ruth with me is he's easily the best hitter in the game. There's no question about that. He's got the best overall hitting stats you can possibly get in the show 18. And one thing about Babe Ruth that's really important is he can play first base. That's big. And he's a lefty, which is good for the balance. But the fact that he can play first base is huge because his fielding's not that good. 73 fielding with 72 arm strength. You're not going to be throwing anybody out. You're not going to be tracking a lot of balls. Like, he's a very average fielder, and he's got 64 speed, which is okay for a guy his size. 215 running at 64 speed. That's actually pretty good. It's hard for me to rank Vlad above him anymore with how much I've played with Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is so good at the plate, man. It's not even fair. He's so hard to get out. I gotta put Babe Ruth at number 3, man. Coming in at number 2, the best right-handed hitter in the game, Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols is insane. And some people are still confused why I put Pujols over Ruth, and I'll explain that. But look at Pujols' hitting. First of all, that's insane. 109, 125 contact, 113, 120 power with 110 vision, 83 fielding, 58 speed. The reason I put Pujols at or above Babe Ruth is because he can play third base. He can play both corners in the infield and both corners in the outfield if you need him to. The fact that he can play third base means I can put Babe Ruth at first base, which is good, which means I could put Trout, I could put Vlad, I could put Stan Musial if I want to. I could put anybody in the outfield. It gives me a lot of options that Albert Pujols is able to be a bit more versatile in the field. That's why I really, really like Pujols. His defense isn't amazing, but he's going to be able to get the job done over at third base. I like Albert Pujols a lot. I hit absolute rockets with this guy. He's so freaking good, man. And last but not least, number 1, the best card in MLB The Show overall, Ken Griffey Jr. There's no debate anymore. Ken Griffey Jr. is the best possible card you can get in the show 18. 103, 113 contact, 116, 125 power, 92 vision, 95 fielding, 92 arm strength, 84 speed, 79 stealing. If Mike Trout was a 5-tool player, if Ryne Sandberg was a 5-tool player, Ken Griffey is 5+1. Like, he's insane. Everything you need in a player, Ken Griffey Jr. has for you. He's the best card in the game. That's it. There's no two ways about it. You can't debate with it anymore. Ken Griffey Jr. is the best card in the show 18. So those are my Immortal rankings, guys. Hopefully you liked them. I know some people are probably going to disagree with some of them, and that's totally fine. Leave everything down in the comments. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I'll see how long it is when I edit it, but I try to keep my points at least somewhat concise, but I did kind of ramble on at certain times. So either way, guys, drop a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.